Good evening. It's Tuesday night, and we are here at the Education Channel with our program, Career Assistance Program. So I'm very happy to welcome all of you. This is your host, Attorney Amihan April
We are
Alcazar.
here with Dr. Amihan April M. Alcazar, Acting University President of Urdaneta City University. So we're here with her to have an interview regarding her programs that she would like to implement in our university. I'd like to ask. Since you haven't been with the students, gusto kasi namin magkaroon na sana ng parang briefer background lang po ba kung sino po si Dr. Amihan April Alcazar. Para titignan po ng bata niyo saan din po kayo galing and all. But can you introduce yourself, ma'am?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So I'm Dr. Amihan April M. Alcazar. So I was previously the immediate past president of the Pamantasan and Lungsod ng Pasig, where I was president from 2012 to 2021. So that was my immediate position. Prior to that, I was a faculty member at the Asian Institute of Management, the Ateneo de Manila University, as well as the University of the Philippines. So I graduated with my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration cum laude honors at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, where I also finished my Bachelor of Laws degree, and I became a member of the Philippine Bar since 1996. Then I studied my Master's in Business Administration and my Doctorate in Business Administration in Tohoku University in Japan as a scholar of the Japanese Ministry of Education. I was also a Fulbright scholar at the University of Tennessee, Martin, where I did my postdoctoral fellowship as a distance senior scholar in research. I was also a grantee of the German Academic Exchange Council at the University of Bayreuth for dual technology course, as well as an awardee of the Association of Overseas Technical Scholarship by the Japanese Patent Office for Intellectual Property. So I'm married to Attorney Richard Anthony Alcazar, and I have two children, one 16 years old and one 17 years old.
Can you share with us a higher education innovation that you would like to adopt for our university?
Okay. Well, actually, it is not yet so much an innovation. Rather, it should be institutionalizing programs at Urdaneta City University. So first and foremost, we would like to achieve institutional recognition for Urdaneta City University by the Commission on Higher Education. Now, how that's going to be accomplished is through 100% compliance with the program standards, guidelines, and policies of each academic program that we are currently offering at Urdaneta City University. Secondly, we will be complying with all institutional recognition requirements so that Commission on Higher Education will recognize Urdaneta City University as a higher education institution. And lastly, of course, we would like to become eligible to become a beneficiary school of the Unified Financial Assistance for Tertiary Education program.
What are your principles for upholding quality and excellence in tertiary education?
Well, first and foremost, quality assurance is a framework that is utilized in higher education policy in order to assure quality. So there are three components to that. The first is our compliance with nationally acclaimed standards. So that is for each of the academic programs. Secondly is whether we will be in compliance with the hallmarks of centers of development or centers of excellence. And lastly, of course, there are certain academic programs and professions which should be internationally benchmarked or accredited.
So how would you like to implement these principles at UCU? And what are the
Well, for UCU, definitely, we have already identified the academic programs which should comply with national standards. So, for example, these would be like hospitality management or teacher education. Other internationally benchmarked professions include those in the engineering fields as well as in the nursing profession. So, it really depends on which particular academic program we are currently offering here at Urdaneta City University.
How do you plan to keep yourself in the board abreast of current trends and issues in the field of higher education?
Well, first and foremost, there are three functions that the university must actually accomplish. The first would be in curriculum development and instructional design. So for the faculty as well as the administrative officials, we must be in compliance with the developments in that area through conferences and other policy-making symposia that we should attend with the Commission on Higher Education and other government regulatory agencies. Now, in the field of research, which is another main function of the university, that is usually when we participate through research proposals that are being presented through paper publications and other research-related activities. Lastly, for extension and outreach activities, then it should be to the benefit of the community. So we usually will collaborate with non-governmental organizations, people's organizations, and even government units and local government units in order to accomplish engagement with the community.
Dr. Amihan, Alcazar, how do you see the chain of command in operating a university of this size? So, will there be a difference between leading a tertiary education institution in the NCR and a local university in the province?
Well, actually, the principle of organizational development states that the hierarchy of the organization depends on the functions and the responsibilities that are provided for each of the positions in the organization. So therefore, the hierarchy will be followed depending on the level and roles and responsibilities that each will be given in terms of officials in the university, non-teaching personnel, or other stakeholders. So we follow the principles of organizational development. There's not any difference whether we are in the national capital region or in the province, but because we follow the same principle in organizational development.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, for you, ma'am, what is quality education?
Quality education is providing both access and equity. So that first component is access, meaning all those who are eligible and qualified should be given the opportunity to be provided education at the higher educational institution. The second is equity, meaning once there are policies in place from admission to retention to graduation policy, there is consistency in terms of its application. So that is how we are able to maintain quality in the delivery of education.
Should the university be held accountable for improving the instructional effectiveness of its faculty members?
Of course, the faculty members are the main drivers in terms of curriculum development and institutional design. So each and every faculty member must be accountable for the delivery of all of the subjects as well as the academic programs where they form part of the roster of the faculty.
Okay, ma'am. Next question, ma'am. How would you organize the university regarding academic disciplines in a way that maximizes student performance and its potentials?
Well, we have an Office of Student Affairs and Services. So under the guidance of the Commission on Higher Education, there are three aspects to student affairs and services. First, we have the student welfare. So you have there the services that are available to the students, such as guidance counseling, career counseling, in order to guide their trajectories or pathways throughout their academic and professional careers. The second aspect is student development. So there you have your student organizations, you have your student council, and any other activities that will make them a whole-rounded individual, not only focusing on the academic side, but also the non-academic side. And lastly, of course, is the value formation or the character development of each and every student. So these may include, for example, spiritual well-being, mental health, civic organizations, and involvement in the community that will provide them the social consciousness that they are part of the community and they should be contributing even as they're still a student in the university.
How do you ensure that the university's curriculum is audited and aligned with the discipline-specific standards, ma'am?
Every academic year, before we begin the academic year, every university must actually submit to the Commission on Higher Education the curriculum, and the contents of each curriculum must be actually approved by the Commission on Higher Education. That is how you institutionalize and maintain, of course, consistency in your curriculum development and instructional design.
So next question, ma'am. How would you establish positive public relations between the university and our community, ma'am?
Well, there are three offices in the university that are actually actively involved in engaging the community. So the first one, of course, will be the Functional Extension Services Office. So they are actually our bridge to community engagements with the stakeholders of the university, such as the faculty, the students, and the non-teaching personnel in the conduct of activities that provide educational expertise to the community to benefit them. The second would be, of course, our Office of External Linkages. So these are the linkages between other higher education institutions, government entities, both national and international, in order to collaborate on any of the main functions of the university. And lastly, of course, we have our publications and the instructional media, so management information system, so as to provide accurate information regarding the activities of the university. So through these three offices, we are able to actually provide information to the public about the activities of the university.
To you, ma'am, what do you think is the best asset that a university could have?
Well, naturally, it's the human resource capital comprised of the stakeholders of the university. So these comprise the administrative officials, the faculty members, the students, and non-teaching personnel. Every other policymaker or stakeholder that has a stake in the university is part of the human resource capital of the university. Its greatest asset.
Thank you po, ma'am. Salamat po, ma'am. Yun lang po.
Thank you.
Yun po.